do you think?
Whoa. It moves, huh? What the hell?
What?
What the hell is going? What did you just do, Basil?
Yeah! Now that's a platinum print.
What's up, people? We are out here with Basil, doing some platinum prints out in a school in Bangkok. We're doing 6. What are we doing now, Basil? You're gonna explain your process a little bit.
Yeah, right now we are converting the images that Waleed brought to negatives and then applying a curves adjustment for printing the large format negatives.
Dope.
This is the original files that Waleed brought, and what we're going to do is we're going to apply a curves adjustment that comes from printing a grayscale like that. You print that in platinum, and then all of these tones from pure white to pure black get curves adjusted by applying a curves layer. And I think that curves layer we can see, let's go here. Let's see, that's why I can't see it, because I don't have any layers open. Yep, so curves adjustment, you're gonna take each one of those steps. You can see them here from black to white, and you're gonna move them. So this one's already had a curves layer adjusted. So we've moved it from like pure white, or sorry, pure black down to about 60% gray. You can see the output there changed from 0 to 77. So we're moving what was pure black to a level of 77 gray, and then that'll print pure black in the final platinum prints.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
So these are the negatives now, and they're flipped, right?
Yeah, they're left to right flipped, and positive negatives. And
Let's see the originals.
Yep.
Let's see. Yeah,
that's cool.
So that's the original, and that's the file that goes to print. That's awesome. Fight harder, man.
I'm fighting it. Work! Yes, I want to start feeding. Let's go! Did you bring the chicken blood and the incantation candle? Like
No.
Without the incantation, I don't
can't
think it's
do it.
gonna work. Yeah, that's looking pretty good.
All right.
So we're gonna throw that on the light table and have a good look at it. Make sure that there's no scars or scratches. That's looking pretty tight. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so then we're gonna cut the paper to match the negative. And today we're gonna be doing 16 by 20 inch. So these are 30 by 22. So we're gonna cut 10 off this side. And then we'll have this nice deckled edge at the bottom of the print.
I love that.
In order to coat the emulsion on this paper in the right space, first thing we're going to do is take the large format negative, put it on a light table, and then we are going to get this exactly where we want it to print. And then once we've got it lined up, we're going to mark the corners of the print.
And then you just do it by eye generally, right? Like.
Yeah, you can do it by eye. You like these two white spaces are going to be equal.
Yeah.
And I leave a little bit heavier margin on the bottom.
Yeah. So you like the heavier margin at the bottom. Why though?
It just like floats the print just a little bit on the paper, so the print has a little bit more air.
Okay.
So yeah, you just make it a little bit higher, and it gives it a little bit more kind of.
That's cool. I would never think of that, but that's cool.
Okay. And then we just see through, put a little tiny pencil mark. And these pencil marks are visible in a platinum print. So if you look at some really nice fine art platinum prints, you'll see these small pencil marks. But I press so lightly that if you wanted to, after you print it, you could erase them off.
Yeah,
as
but
well.
it's like nice to have because it's a platinum print.
Yeah, it gives it a little bit more of like a hand feel, humanistic nature to it. And then I always turn that off and just double check that it looks like it's spot on there. That looks great. Okay, ready to coat.
Ready to coat.
Okay, so real quick, gonna make a platinum print for Waleed here. We need some distilled water to wet our brush. Beautiful handmade Japanese hake.
Beautiful.
Yeah, you can't use any metal ferrules. So this is tightens as it gets wet. So we get that soak in ahead of time.
So why distilled water?
Loosen
Why
up.
not regular water?
So for the entire platinum printing process, the idea is to, well, not the idea, the only way it will work is if there is no other chemicals. So pure water, wood, and then the paper is a pure cotton paper with no whiteners, no additives. The paper has to be very, very pure. It's made for platinum printing, specifically for platinum printing.
And why are we in the dark though? Like why can't we just do this in light?
So once I mix this chemistry, it becomes light sensitive. So as it sits in these bottles, they're in brown bottles to keep some light out. But once this chemistry gets mixed, it's going to be light sensitive. So we're going to mix these three chemicals together, swirl them around, get them onto this paper, and then when we put it on the paper, it's already light sensitive. And fluorescent lights have a little tiny bit of UV in them. And even a little bit of UV will take the lightest whites and turn them gray. So all of our whites will just start to go gray immediately. So this is going to keep the whites completely white.
Cool. All right.
Okay, so today we're going to make a platinum print with half palladium, half platinum. So it's going to be mixed 1-to-1. For a print this size, I use 750 microliters or 0.75 milliliters. So we set our micro pipette to 750, so that's 0.75 mils. And then we get ourselves a little bit of the palladium first. Let's see. Okay, so that's our 750 palladium.
You just do it in a shot glass?
Yeah, you do it in a shot glass. It's perfectly round at the bottom, so it mixes really, really well. Yeah, you wouldn't want to drink after it. And then here's our platinum. So equal amounts of platinum and palladium. And this is the mold-aware process, so I'm using ammonium platinum and ammonium palladium. It's a printing out process, so as it gets exposed to light, the metals come out, so you can see the print as it's developing, or as it's being exposed, you can see the print. This one doesn't need a developer, this process. And this is ferric ammonium oxalate. That's the one that turns everything light sensitive. So we're gonna grab...
And it's also the same amount?
Exactly equal amount. So however much platinum and palladium you put in an equal amount. So 2 of these.
Okay.
Okay, and that's our 3 mils total. So 4 times 750. And then we're gonna add in 2 additional components. This is glycerin. And glycerin is a nice sticky substance that kind of helps the coat go on smoothly.
That's the one that breaks the surface tension, right?
The other one. This one kind of just like smooths the emulsion out when you're coating it.
Okay. And
I'm gonna put 5 drops of glycerin. And then tween 20 is the surfactant. And tween is a very powerful surfactant that breaks surface tension. And this allows the emulsion to penetrate down into the fibers of the paper. So 2 drops of that for 3 mils.
Wow, just 2 drops will do the job.
2 drops, all you need.
Yeah.
Any more than that, and you can see actually the emulsion gets too deep into the paper. So you really want to keep this right on top, and then you just swirl the shot glass like that to get everything good and mixed up. And actually, tween takes a little bit of time to get mixed. Some people use a syringe and suck this emulsion back up and down into a syringe, but I found that swirling it works pretty well. Okay, and then kind of really find my spots where I'm going to be putting this emulsion on. You can see they're very, very light. And prepare my brush by taking as much of the distilled water out of the brush just by rubbing it across the edge here. Everybody has their own method and of figuring out how much water they're going to have in the brush, but you don't want it too wet, you don't want it too dry. Okay. And then we just kind of pour the platinum across the paper and start our coat. And the idea here is to get it on as evenly and smoothly as possible. So I'm putting almost no pressure on this brush. I'm actually supporting almost all the way to the brush. And the brush is just kind of like a squeegee, not trying to get it down deep into the paper, just trying to spread it across the surface and as smooth a coat as possible. And then kind of as soon as you don't see any water stains, you can stop. Beautiful. So that coat's ready to go. And then that takes about 30 minutes in 60% humidity room. You can have a humidity chamber built, but luckily we have a nice dark room here that we can take this into the dark room and just let it set face up like that for 30 minutes.
Cool.
Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.
Okay, so we've got, you can see the wet surface maybe. And so this is just gonna keep this in safe light conditions is fine. This red light won't be anywhere near enough energy to excite that paper. So we'll just put this here. And right now this room is 54% humidity, so we're gonna pull a little bit of outside air in and turn the air conditioners off. That should pretty quickly get us up to 60% humidity for 30 minutes. Okay, cool. 30 minutes, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 29:58, 29:59, and 30. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is line the print up onto the surface of the paper. We can see our dots and where our emulsion is, and we're gonna match our negative up by finding the corner and the spot. And then we're gonna take a piece of tape and make sure that that negative does not slide while we move it from here to the contact printing frame. Okay, so then we're going to flip the paper upside down and put it so that it's face down in the frame. And then put our back on, crank this side down, and then get the tape off. And then that is all held in place. And then crank this side down. Good enough. Okay, and then that's gonna go in a UV light box for 4.5 minutes. and that's all calibrated for getting the blacks to maximum black and the whites staying pure paper white. Okay, and get my timer going. 4.5 minutes. We'll do 420 so we know. We'll pull it out. And then 3, 2, 1, start. And you can see the UV tubes at the top. Here we go. Nice.
And then why is it so critical to get like 4.5 minutes, like not 4:45, for example? If it was in
there 4:45,
yeah,
the whites would not stay white. The whites would turn gray. So the border of the print, where it should be an absolute square, anywhere my brush strokes were, you'll be able to see gray marks.
And then what about if you leave it for less?
If you leave it for less time, then the blacks will be gray.
Gotcha.
The blacks won't go all the way to maximum black. And you can see that this is already all set up. We've got a 3-bath process. A developer, all these are kind of washes, but the first one is called a developer. The second one is a clearing bath, number 1. Clearing bath number 2, all special chemicals. I can't tell you what they are. And then this is a rinse bath. Each of those baths is 15 minutes. 15, 15, 15, and 30 minutes of rinse. So hour and 15 minutes finishing after the print comes out of the UV light table. And then another couple hours of it hanging to dry. And then putting it in a press to flatten it back out again. So it's a day process to make a one button print, but worth every single minute. Yeah.
Whoa. It moves, huh? What the hell?
What?
What the hell is going? What did you just do, Basil?
Yeah! Now that's a platinum print.
Oh, holy crap.
Oh my God, man. What?
What?
Let her dry.
Yeah. Tell you what, why don't you pin the other one up from there? Beautiful.
Drip dry. Let me wipe the bottom of it off.
Yes. Here we go. We're done printing. Let's show you how these animations work. Let's start with this one over here. Hello.
Okay, last step, we're gonna put the official Modern Vintage Photography stamp on the back of these so that anybody who ends up with these knows for sure that they are 100% authentic platinum prints made by MVP.
Cool. Let's see.
Oh yeah, it's official. And then we'll sign them afterward. Oh yeah, it's official. Beautiful.
What do you think?
Lovely. I'm in love with this process, man.
Nice.
This was an adventure. This is a learning experience. We're done. And see you on the NFT space.
Finishing touches.
Yeah.
Love it.